Hello and welcome back to Call of Cthulhu. When we last left off, we had stolen some rum, met a homeless man, gave him said rum, and got insulted by a lot of fishmen, so it was a very productive day, and we're going to follow that up with a trip to the poorhouse. Yeah! Yeah, it's still following us. I'm sure nothing will come of it. Hello, sir.
Do you know the Burnham lad? He worked in the First National.
Can't say as I noticed what you're saying, stranger.
Rude. So, Zadok was nice enough to give us a key to the poorhouse, because you can't just go into the poorhouse. You know, we keep going by it. Let's have a look at the statue. Insmith to her sons who died for liberty, 1775 to 1781.
This statue commemorates the men who fought in the Revolutionary War.
And some hooligans took its head.
It's unlocked.
Nope. There we go.
If I see you without cider, I'll report your order.
I'll not say nothing.
Ah, let's talk to the lady. I'm sure she'll be helpful.
Do you know the Burnham lad? He worked in the First National.
Please stop bothering me, stranger.
Your voice changed. You should get that looked at. Well, let's talk to this man. He'll be helpful, I'm sure.
It's the entrance to the town poorhouse.
No.
Do you know the Burnham lad? He worked in the First National.
Ken Riley says I know him.
What are you looking at? Where are your eyes going?
Do you need any help? Disease is rampant in this town.
Well, let's go in the poorhouse.
Since old Lady Warren's passed away,
Ooh.
the food is rotten, but we'll die soon enough.
Wow, that looked awfully fishy.
What are you looking at there, old-timer?
Nothing. I'm just looking.
Did you see the
For what
fish?
you're doing in old Warren's house, young feller. This hole is for the broke and the dying.
I'm trying to find Dock Street.
It's out back of the house. Everything in Insmith is rotten and dying. Windows boarded up, and all sorts of curious barking and crawling around black cellars and attics. How'd you like to be living in a town like this, feller?
I've been to more welcoming places. I don't think he's been outdoors for years. He isn't gonna know anything.
And to answer your question, sir, quite frankly, I wouldn't want to live in this town. I think I'd rather live in just about any other town, in fact. Oh, medkit. Well, we're gonna steal that from the poor. I'm sure they don't need it. Oh dear.
The old woman's dead.
Oh, calm down, Jack. Jesus, you've seen more dead bodies.
It won't open. It won't budge.
Also, yeah, Jack has vertigo, so that's... What are you looking at? It's rude to stare.
This town's deserted. Where is everybody?
It's getting late outside. Folks says no what's good for them are safely bolted in their homes by now.
Oh, hello, sir. Looks like we're being followed by more than just the fish.
Hello there, little lady.
Hi, sir.
Are your parents at home?
Daddy's at work, and Mummy's upstairs, in the attic. She's been bad.
I see. So, what's your name, little lady?
Ramona?
Well, Ramona, could you get your mommy for me?
Nope. Mummy bites. Daddy says we've got to keep her up there for her own good.
Excuse me?
When I go near the door, she growls. I don't love Mummy like I love my daddy.
You don't say. Ramona, I really need to speak to your daddy. Do you know when he'll be home?
Soon, I think. You can wait inside if you like. Daddy won't mind. I'm drawing pictures with my crayons.
That would be great. Thanks.
Ah, a simpler time when a little girl could invite a
I should check the
stranger
place over
in
while I've got the chance.
to the house completely unsolicited.
What are you drawing, Ramona?
Pictures of Mummy and Daddy.
Oh. What does Mummy look like? Okay then.
It's a recent family photo. The corner's been torn off. I can only see Thomas and Ramona Waits in the picture.
If you listen closely, you can hear something above us. Well, the attic seems like a safe place to go.
Bolted shut.
Well, open it then, Jack. I'm sure nothing could possibly go wrong. Mistakes were made. Squishy. Ah, the simpler times of being in the asylum. Come on, Jack, get up. It's only a little concussion. Ah.
Looks like a diary.
I like how calm Jack is when he says that. Most people might be a little bit more concerned about after what had just happened. My bad.
Oh, God, no.
They've taken the last thing I loved away from me.
I'm sorry. I didn't realize what was up there. What the hell was that thing?
There's no time to explain. They'll be here soon. Listen to me closely. You've been the talk of the town all day, asking after the Burnham lad. I heard he never made it to Boston, that he was caught by the order of Dagon.
Did he pocket anything from the store's safe?
Thankfully, no. It's sturdy. He'd never have wrenched it open with a crowbar. There's something in there that needs protecting from the order. You've got to get it out of Insmith. Take the key to the back of my store. The safe combination's in my diary, upstairs. Hurry, Jack!
What the hell's in the safe anyway?
You've gone too far this time, Wait. We're taking you in for murder. You'll swing for this.
Wait, he didn't do anything wrong.
He killed his own daughter. It sounds less than blood. There's plenty wrong with that. I'm reckoning you do well to mind your own business, stranger. In Insmith, we handle things by the old ways.
You'd think they would have taken that as an excuse to kill the outsider, but,
It's
you know.
Ramona's coloring book.
Oh, let's have a read. Let's have a read of that one. Ramona's coloring book. The drawings that fill Ramona's book are like things from a nightmare. It is hard to believe that a young child could imagine such horrors. There are pictures of strange, unnatural creatures, crudely drawn but still able to provoke visceral feelings of revulsion. One of them is captioned with the word mother. What could it mean? Well, I'd hazard a guess that it was her mother.
It won't open. It won't
Yeah.
open.
Yep, nothing else to nick. Oh well. Oh, let's have a talk to her again, see if she's any more helpful.
This town's deserted. Where is everybody?
I reckon you might have scared him off with that ugly face of yours.
Well, that was very rude of you.
Jack. Oh, thank God I found you. Waite's been arrested for the murder of his daughter.
I know. It's my fault, Rebecca.
What are you talking about, Jack? What's your fault?
There was something in the attic. Some kind of animal, and I let it loose. It's all my fault. The police drag Waits off. He can't take the fall for this. He's done nothing wrong. We gotta do something.
Guilty or not, the Order will see him lynched for it. There's nothing you can do. Oh, you must have taken quite a bang in there, Jack. Your head's bleeding.
Yeah, I think I was out of it for a little while.
I see you've got some bandages. Use them on your head. It'll help you heal. You're not losing too much blood. You won't need a suture.
Thanks, Rebecca.
A very subtle tutorial. So yes, now it's time to heal. And I feel like if I went to the hospital with a head wound like that, they might give me a suture. And this is how you heal. And the more seriously injured you are, the longer that takes. So if you're running away and you've been, like, shot, you're kind of doomed. Nope, can't move. Oh, there we go. Well, now we are going to go into the store.
It won't budge.
That's the wrong door. We need to go in through the basement.
It's unlocked.
No one will suspect a thing. Hello there. Just give me a second. Yoink.
You don't look like your standard crook, sweetheart.
Jesus, you crazy sap! Who the hell are you?
Jack Walters, private detective. And considering your recent break-in and entering, how about I ask the questions?
Have you any idea who I am?
No, and I really don't care.
My family has influential contacts in the Order, so I'd advise you to mind your manners, sir.
I'm from out of town. The Order doesn't hold much sway with me.
Really? Out of town, you say? How interesting. I'm Ruth. Ruth Billingham.
Huh. You're Brian's broad. That figures.
Brian? I don't believe I know a Brian.
Yeah, right. I've been fed that line 1,000 times, and from much better liars than you. Look, Ruth, the rumor around town is that your lover boy is in the hands of the Order.
What? No, that's not true. They'll have him killed. It was all my idea. I just wanted a clean break from here.
What do you want me to do?
I don't know. You're the detective. You think of something. I'll be waiting out at the old fishing cannery the next 2 nights, just past the abandoned railway station to Rowley. When you find him, give him this. He'll know it's from me.
Sort of looked like she just punched me in the stomach, to be honest. Now I need to get into the safe. And if I... Oh, no, I've already ballsed that up. No, get off it, Jack. Jack now. There we go.
I must have made a mistake.
Yes, Jack, yes we did. It's 2, 6, 1, 2. And
yes, that's it.
The answer is in the diary we got from in the attic. It's Ramona's birthday. You can figure it out by reading the diary if you want. It's just very tedious and involves fishing out dates. Oh, the book.
The safe holds a heavily bound manuscript. The front is embossed with the words, Book of Dagon.
Well, let's give it a read. Nope, can't read it like that. My mistake. This book is handwritten and heavily bound. Its cover is embossed with the title, The Book of Dagon. It seems to be a religious work, translated from a series of ancient tablets. It tells of an entity called Dagon, apparently some kind of sea god, and his consort, Hydra. They are the greatest of an underwater race called the Deep Ones, who worship them with sacrifices and other rites. The descriptions of the sacrifices are particularly shocking, and there are details of magical spells and other strange rituals. If this incredible manuscript is to be believed, their history stretches back beyond the remotest human origins into unthinkably remote antiquity. A few individuals are so incredibly old that they have seen continents rise and fall, for they do not die of old age as humans do. Father Dagon and Mother Hydra are such individuals and are greatly revered for their age and size. Their greatest awe, however, is reserved for a dark god named Great Cthulhu, who is said to sleep and dream in the underwater city of R'lyeh. That is probably the incorrect pronunciation. But, you know. The book seems incomplete. The last chapters tail off, as though the translation has not been finished. Spooky. And we're leaving now.
It won't open.
Nope, we can't leave through that door. My mistake. I suppose it would be rather foolish to just sort of walk out into the street through the front door.
It's getting late. I'd better start making tracks. I don't much fancy spending the night in this hole.
Hello, sir.
Did you hear about Thomas Waits?
You best not be asking about that, stranger.
Helpful as ever. So it's getting late. So, you know, let's go spend a night in the spooky hotel. Also, let's not go back outside, because there's a fish out there. Ooh.
Reckon she were ripped open, Joe. I don't reckon Tom would have the strength for that sort of killing.
I ain't got much time for talking, Charlie. I got instructions from the order to make certain the outside is moved tonight.
Would that be the strange fella you brought into Insmith a couple hours back?
Yeah.
I'm reckoning on him asking for lodging here this evening.
Maybe I don't want your lodgings, Charlie. Maybe I'll go somewhere else. Oh, wait. It's the only hotel in town, and there's a fish outside that wants to kill me. You win this round, Charlie. This round.
Do you have board for the night?
We've plenty on the top floor of the house. Nice views over the town, I'm told.
Great. That sounds just swell.
Hey, you all right there, sir? You're starting to look kind of funny there for a while. Face as white as bone and eyes as black as coal. Like you'd seen a ghost or something.
I'm fine, thanks. It's just the sea air around these parts. It makes me queasy.
The Insmith's breeze is not for your outsiders.
Charlie, can you come with me? I need to be telling you something. Perfectly.
Excuse me, sir. The Insmith law doesn't like to be kept hanging about. I'll be right back with you shortly.
It's a shame Charlie's a filthy murderer, because he's one of the more polite of the townsfolk. I mean, he actually talks to you for one. That's a huge improvement. He's not like that one really rude lady who called me ugly. It's not like I'm insecure or anything, though.
It's the key to the back office.
Also, yeah, that was Jack being psychic, by the way. By the way, Jack's psychic.
It's unlocked. Nothing of interest.
Oh, look at all this blood. What could have possibly gone on in here?
There's severed body parts strewn all over the office.
Oh, more head. Oh, another head. Several heads.
I wonder what secrets this book holds.
Well, let's have a read, shall we? This is a good one. She were a lively one, and no mistake. I kept her going as long as I could for the music she were making. Such a pair of lungs, and after she were done I found those lungs on her look as good as they sounded. Maybe I'll keep them. Her liver was particularly sweet as well. I never much wanted to go to New York, but if they all talk as much as this one, I reckon I ain't missing much. Soon as he woke and saw the knives, he was away talking and pleading and bargaining for his life. All them words made me dizzy, and I had to take his tongue first to stop him. In future, I better wait a while after they eaten dinner, as for his innards stank awful. The bones was nearly all out before he died. I was real careful around the arteries so as he didn't lose any more blood than could be helped, and he lasted a lot longer for it. The flesh moved on its own as he tried to work his arm, but with the bones gone there weren't nothing it could do, just twitch. I took it out the strap so it could move free, and I watched. The new gag worked much better, and he was much more quiet than the last. Oh, Charlie, you cad, you. I wasn't in your office, Charlie, I swear.
If you just follow me, sir, I'll show you to your lodgings.
But of course.
I heard there was a killing over at the old Waite's house tonight. They reckon the old fool killed his own daughter. Caked head to toe in her blood, they says. And had to be dragged away, screaming and crying. I reckon there'll be a lynching for what he done.
Is that so, sir? Tell me more. Oh, you don't want to tell me more, okay. So no need to look so shifty. I mean, it's your hotel. You're okay to open the doors.
You're still looking pallid, sir. You're needing to have yourself some rest. Sleep well, and keep down the racket. Us Insmith are quiet folk.
Nope. So this is where the game starts to get a bit more interesting. Also, might die once or twice in the upcoming section. You'll see why. Oh, of course it won't let me move that ahead of time. I mean, not that I'd need to move that ahead of time. Why would I need to move it ahead of time?
Better. Not exactly safe, but the best I'm gonna get in this infernal town.
If you try to sleep without locking the doors, he just goes, I don't feel safe enough to rest yet. Not that I'd feel safe regardless. Early evening. Insmith turned out to be more dilapidated, depressed, and unwelcoming than initially expected. The stench of rotten fish fills the air, while poverty and disease lie festering in every cobbled back street. Only a few of the inhabitants have been at all cooperative. The others are evasive and sometimes downright hostile, like that one lady. My detective's instincts tells me that they're trying to hide something. Jack's an ace detective, as you can see. Of course, I could simply be prejudiced by their look and manners. They're almost ugly enough to get me believing those local tales of the Insmith taint. Even so, I've been able to make some progress. Finding Ruth Billingham was a lucky break. She's convinced Leatherboy is still in one piece and being held in a town jailhouse. Rebecca Lawrence is clearly afraid of something. She doesn't come across as the type that scares easily, but then, I guess she's not afraid enough to leave. She seems more worried about me. Then there's Zadok Allen, the old rummy. He was willing to talk. All night I wish I knew whether he turned to drink because of what he saw, or whether he saw things because he was drinking. Oops. The Order of Dagon, some heathen religion brought back from the South Seas by Obed March. Rituals on Devil's Wreath. Those who wouldn't join massacred by some kind of monsters in 1846. It's also far-fetched. But what else could explain the thing that charged out from Thomas Waite's attic? If I hadn't spoken with Thomas himself, I'd be sure I was seeing things. Whatever's really going on, this place gives me the creeps. The dreams are becoming stronger. I seem to spend each night in weird, fantastic landscapes with immense buildings like no architecture I've ever seen. And my body in the dreams, it's so strange. I can't begin to describe it. Maybe it's some buried memory of all the occult stuff I studied when I wasn't myself. And this spooky vision thing is acting up worse than ever. Used to be I could kind of see what people were thinking sometimes, but now it's going crazy. It's like someone's watching me all the time, tracking me from the rooftops and the shadows. I'm so edgy I can hardly think straight. If only I could get some decent bourbon in this miserable town. I need to track down Brian Burnham, and fast. The sooner I get out of here, the better. I'll make an early start in the morning.
The great city of Nakotas. Rest now, Jack. You are safe.
I don't feel very safe.
What was in the light, Jack? Where do you want to go? We are your history, Jack, and your future.
I don't understand.
You live in time.
Gilman, where have you put the outsider? Top of the house, room 401. Come on, let's have it.
So if you caught that, this is called Attack of the Fishman, so you know it's going to be a fun chapter.
There's his room. Just keep the noise down.
Here, take the keys.
Curses. It's locked. Probably bolted on the other side. He's awake in there. I can hear him moving about.
No, you can't.
Break the door down, you damn fool.
Don't do that.
Quick. I see him.
Let him get away.
Check the door.
Come on. Push, Jack. Push. Oh, we couldn't have done this the night before, could we, Jack? No, no.
Finish room. The door won't be bolted. They've got him. Don't let him get away.
Wait, no, need to push this in front of that one. Push, Jack! I don't see anything. I don't hear anything. We are safe. No, Jack. No, Jack. Chill, Jack. Chill, chill, chill. It's... Which door was it? There we go.
He's on the other side. Shoot him.
No, don't do that. Run. And duck so we don't get shot.
He's up there.
No, he isn't. Oh, hello. Up we go.
It won't
Nope,
budge.
not that door. Oh, over here. No, he isn't. Calm down, Jack. It's okay. It's okay, Jack. It's all good. Ugh. Successfully escaped. Didn't die once. Oh, I'm so proud of myself. Well, that seems like a good place to end it on. Bit of a cliffhanger. So, we found out that Charlie's a murderer. Who could have seen that one coming? And that mothers aren't to be trusted because they're probably evil fishmen in the attic. So, on that message, ta-ta.